Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, The Social Scoop. Today, we're going to be diving into all of February's hottest topics, including the celebrity gossip that you need to know in order to stay in the know. But before moving on, I think it is important to recognize the fact that one of our former members, Ayman Natour, he's no longer going to be able to move forward and do this podcast with us.
Can we please have a moment of silence? He has moved on to newer opportunities.
Yay!
We will be cheering him along the road. Along the way.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into what happened on February 2nd, right? We had the Grammys. And man, what a lineup did we have. Lots of good performances.
Lots to talk about.
Lots to talk about.
So many things happen.
I mean, like, where do we even start?
I think we could start with Kanye West and Bianca.
Okay, that's a good one.
We should start there.
Because, as many of you know, he decided to show up and he was like, oh, I'm going to make a statement. We're going to make this into a big deal, right? And sure enough, all eyes were most definitely on them and on certain body parts. So basically, Kanye West and his wife, Bianca Censori, they show up to the red carpet. And what happens is she shows up wearing this black coat. And everyone's like, oh, what's going on? What is this, right? Is she even wearing anything? And people who read lips, apparently they said that Kanye told her to like turn around and make a scene or something, right? So you see her turning around on the red carpet and she puts her black coat like over her shoulders like this and she goes like this. And then she lets go of her coat and it turns out she's practically naked. And so
she was naked. What do you mean practically?
No,
she was
naked. Literally, because the only thing that she had on was like this see-through, very sheer mesh thing. You basically saw everything, right?
And we did. We saw everything.
Literally.
No,
and
that was disgusting.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know much about Kanye and Bianca, but I heard that they probably were doing that to like, I don't know, sort of like make a statement or like kind of like a reference to like an album or something.
I think he does have an album upcoming.
And it looks kind of similar to that pose that she struck with her like coat over her shoulders before she decided to let it go. But I mean, I think that was kind of risky.
I just want to say, whole time, Kanye was not invited to the event. He showed up unannounced.
Really?
Yes. And they had to escort them out.
No way.
So he was only there for the red carpet and then he got escorted out.
Well, actually, I heard something like different after that, because I heard that Kanye was invited, but they just chose to go to the red carpet. I don't know if that's like 1% true. It could have been just him being, because he is bipolar, so he's probably just saying things just because. And then they just didn't want to go to the Grammys and just go to the after party, which, by the way, the outfit was terrible as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that was an appropriate time because there's kids there as well. And you're in a professional setting, at least dress more appropriately, you know?
I think it was for sure a statement, nevertheless.
But we can move on to other outfits. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter, she dressed... I loved her performance and I loved her outfit. It kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, like old-timey fashion-ish. I don't know, especially her shoes. They were super cute. But her performance was amazing. I mean, it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she really just put on, and then when she started tap dancing in the middle of it
that
all,
was amazing.
That was like the cherry on top. I thought that was the cutest little thing ever. She ate that up.
She did.
Sabrina Carpenter is very talented. Like I remember her from Disney Channel. I was like obsessed with her as a kid.
Take on the world.
With Girl Meets World, and then she did a Disney Channel movie as well. And after that, then she started doing like music. And honestly, I like her music. I'll say she's like the next Taylor Swift, in my opinion, like in her own style. she's basically the Taylor Swift of our generation. And I love the moment in the Grammys where Taylor Swift is like, she's like supportive of Sabrina Carpenter, and she's just like kissing her on the head, like saying, hey. I think that was a really cute moment.
Their friendship is very wholesome. I like that. I really do.
I may be biased, but I really loved Olivia's. I loved Olivia's.
You know, I didn't watch Olivia's. Sleek. I know, kill me.
It's like
kill me.
Nice
I literally didn't watch it.
Dress, like sleek dress. And she pulled up with Louis, her boyfriend. They look so good together.
Wait, I loved Sabrina Carpenter's performance, but also I really enjoyed seeing Chapel Rose. Mm-hmm. Yes. But not only that, I think I can also really appreciate the choreography that went to it. Because I think a lot of people, they don't really look at the backup dancers or anything. They mostly just look at the artists.
They did amazing.
But the backup dancers were, I don't know, like I think the choreo was really cute. The whole Pink Pony Club, that was actually adorable. I actually really liked it. I think my favorite ones were Sabrina and Chapel.
Personally. Yeah. I really love Chapel's.
I know for that one, people had like some commentary on that. But everyone has their own unique style. That's what I love about the music industry. How everyone's just like very expressive. That's what it's all about.
Music is art.
Yeah, and her influence is drag. She's really into drag.
Her makeup is so pretty. Amazing. It reminds me of like back in the 80s, like super colorful and bold. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. Another, yet again, fashion throwback that I really appreciate and love.
I really loved her speech when she accepted the Grammy. She really advocated for singers.
Yes, I remember that. About how labels need to step up more often for their employees, right? Like their singers. Absolutely. And I remember seeing a video from before she won a Grammy. And she was talking to somebody else. Honestly, I don't know who he was. She was talking to someone, and she was like, oh, honestly, like if I got nominated for a Grammys, I wouldn't even show up. And then she was like, actually, no, I'm kidding. I think I would show up, but only because my grandfather, Chapel, who I named myself after, would be like, what do you mean? Like he would have wanted her basically to show up and to accept the Grammys, but she doesn't like the Grammys because she thinks that it's all just fake stuff. But she said that if she does show up for that, at the very least, she'd make some form of protest, whether it's in the way how she dresses or in her speech. And I mean, like, she said it and she did it. She really did. And I think she did more of an impact by showing up and by protesting verbally in front of so many people.
Using her voice.
Rather than just protesting in a way where you just don't show up at all.
Right.
That's more of an impact, I think. At the end of the day, that really matters a lot.
Yeah, not many artists are brave like that. Because they go with like the PR system. They have like their own status quo. They're scared of, oh, what if this label drops me because I say something? But the fact that she's just there like protesting what she believes, that's good, because so many artists, there's even employees that they get treated poorly in the industry.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Or they get looked upon, especially like women could get sexualized as
especially in Hollywood.
Yeah,
especially
Hollywood in general. Hollywood.
Yeah. But now that we're talking about Chapel specifically, I don't know if you guys heard about the controversy with the reporters from Associated Press. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Basically, they were doing, I think it was a YouTube live stream, right? And they were interviewing, it was two reporters, both had their microphones, and they were interviewing Babyface. And so they were having an amazing conversation. The reporter asks yet another question, and in the middle of Babyface's answer, you can see that one of the reporters, she starts kind of looking behind him.
Shifting
because
her
of
attention.
Chapel, she's going across the red carpet, walking directly past them, but she wants to get an interview from her. So she interrupts Babyface and goes, Chapel, hi, Chapel. And then she comes over and Babyface is like, oh, you guys want to do her? Okay, go ahead and do her instead.
Right.
And I thought that was really sad because, I mean, I get it. Like, he's a legend, right? He's a music legend. But I think in general, it doesn't matter how much of a status he has. You don't do that to anybody mid conversation.
Very unprofessional.
It's very unprofessional. It's very rude. And it shows a lack of, I guess, disregard in general for what the person had to say. But I noticed while looking back at that video, there was a person in the back who was nudging her with their arm. They were going like this. And so it leads me to believe that she only acted like that way because someone in the back was forcing her to. which is really interesting.
But I feel like you should have someone always there to pull the
Exactly.
artist aside.
That's
and
what I
wait
was saying.
for like 1 minute.
Like if you have two interviewers who are talking to the person that, I don't know, in this case it was Babyface, there needs to be someone in the back where there's like, I don't know how it works, a producer or some sort of like background person
and
with a camera.
there is though.
And go around and be like, hey Chapel, nice to meet you. We're doing an interview right now, but we'd love to have you after they're done. Something like that, very professional, off camera, you know, and it gives the other person who's currently in the middle of the interview a chance to shine and finish. I think what he was saying was actually emotional too. So that makes it even worse. But I don't know. I felt
But
really
they
bad.
do have people like that. Because I was watching Kai Cenat. He was live streaming from the Grammys. And there would be people who pulled him aside and be like, hey, can you interview with us? Yada, yada, yada. And then that's it. He went and did it. So it's
That's
like,
how it should
be. I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way because that's so rude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, when you're doing an interview, especially as a journalist, it doesn't matter like what topic it is, even entertainment. You have to be respectful to the interviewee, their time, their talent. You're interviewing them; they want to be noticed more, and to just do that and go to someone else's artist in the middle of the interview, that is very rude and unprofessional. And if they wanted someone to get the interview of the other artist, they could have been like, "Oh, can you interview this person? Since we're a team. At the end of the day, it's a team. It's not just you by yourself." I get that there's a bunch of a competition. There's other media that they're trying to get the story first. That's why you have a team. So let someone else do it. And then you have this story at least. And you have multiple artists to interview throughout the night. There's multiple chances that you could do.
I feel so bad. He sounded so, like, devastated in his voice.
Literally.
Like, oh, you want to do her? Okay.
And
Like,
but he was really nice about it.
he
too.
was
Didn't,
gentle,
He didn't
nice.
get any. He didn't get like aggressive or he wasn't like rude about it. But he was just kind of like accepted the fact, like, oh yeah, you like Chapel more. I get that. Right. That's kind of what it sounded like to me. I felt awful.
Yeah, I felt really bad, but he handled that very well. And as an artist, you have to be respectful. There's some people that they will react in a way that's like, oh, you want to interview this person? Okay, fine. They'll be rude about it because some of these celebrities, they feel entitled sometimes. But at least for this artist, he did it really good. He was very respectful.
So how do we feel about Beyonce winning Album of the Year and Billie Eilish not winning anything? How do we feel about that?
I feel like everyone got a fair chance to win that night. Like a couple slip-ups. But I feel like Billie really needs to win at least one. At least one.
I think so too. Honestly, listen, I love Beyonce and all. She's a queen. But I wasn't a fan of this album. I don't know if that's controversial to say, honestly.
I wasn't either. I only know the Same Texas.
Country album.
That's the only song because of TikTok.
Because like when has a country album, I mean, forgive me if I'm uncultured, but when has a country album won Album of the Year?
No, I think she just
recently, like for Grammys.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
You know,
but for Album of the Year though?
Yeah.
I think she just won it because it's Beyonce. Like, she's going with the trend. And especially when she has a very big platform for like about 25 years. And she hasn't won like anything in a while. And then all of a sudden she goes into country because now it's a trend. Now, like for example, Post Malone now is into country. In my opinion, yes, Beyonce is talented, but I feel that that's an offense to country artists who put everything into their work.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
you know, everyone has like their own ideologies, and usually country is like more conservative, and like Beyonce doesn't really go with that type of flow. So, but
like, why not give the spotlight to other country artists?
And don't get me wrong,
artists.
Beyonce has an incredible voice.
Exactly,
she's extremely talented. I like some of her songs, but I just feel like this award should have gone to somebody else.
Yeah, I think so. At least give another person who dedicates their entire life to country music, give them that chance.
Wasn't there a country category that she won?
Yeah, it was like Country Album of the Year, something like that. Which a lot of people, I heard a lot of controversy about that. Like people are like, oh, why did she win? Like, yeah, she's talented, but it's not fair to the smaller artists there.
Right.
Yeah.
But then also, Doechii won.
Yay!
And she won Best Rap Album of the Year.
And she's the third female to do it.
Deserved.
Yes, very,
Awesome.
very well deserved. And not only that, but her speech was also very empowering. That moment when she said, I know there's black young girls and women watching me right now. Don't let stereotypes ever define you, because I'm something about like her being like the example, right? And I think that was just so powerful, because it's not just the words that she says, it's the way in which she executed that speech. You can tell that she's very emotional in the moment and that she really prepped for it. And I think, I don't know, I'm just thinking about all the little girls, all the little black girls throughout the country just watching her and being like, yes, like she's on that stage, I can do it too. I think that was something that kind of like along the lines of like Chapel's speech as well. Very, very inspirational, very like just talking straight from your heart. I loved it. It was
I really
cute.
liked how some of these artists really used their voice for good this
Yes.
Grammy.
Yes,
Like
that's
it was
exactly
very
what I was
powerful.
trying to say.
It was very, very powerful.
I agree. I liked it. I hope we see more of this kind of energy in the coming years, because we need more of this positivity.
It's just artists are afraid to speak up. They get blacklisted. That's the problem.
They're afraid of the cancel culture.
That too.
They're afraid of like, oh, they say one wrong thing, that's it. Oh, it's like career, it's over for you. Because a lot of people tend to be like sensitive, or they're not respectful to people. It's okay to agree to disagree respectfully to people. And the fact that many of these artists are out there very outspoken, that's amazing. And it brings unity to the community as well.
No, yeah, I agree. And I think nowadays we're seeing more of it's probably not going to be much of a problem, because we're seeing more of like a shift in how people think in our country. And I think because of that, people are more open-minded, and we're going to see a little bit more voices coming out and being heard. And that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I have a question. Do you guys think labels are getting better than it was before? Or is it still like a slow uphill?
I'll say slow uphill.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're probably better than what it was like 30 years ago. I don't even want to imagine, like, if it's bad now, I don't want to imagine what it was like 30 years ago, right? But just because it's better than it is back then doesn't mean that there still isn't a lot of work to be done today. So yes, it's better, but is it better that it's better? No. If you catch my drift.
Caught it.
No, we need to, keep working forward and get it to a point where it's not just better than what it was, but it's the best that it can be for everyone and anyone involved.
Yeah, it really depends also like on the artist and the type of the generation. A lot of things as generation goes on, a lot of things change. The technology, the trends online, social media, like compared to 30 years ago. There was a lot of things that wasn't out there, because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff it was like sketchy, but now it's on the open. People have social media. They could know everything about any artist. So yeah, it definitely has changed throughout the years.
But also not just labels, just Hollywood in general. Like things change.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like, wow. Like paparazzis change. They use iPhones now.
No way, I didn't know that.
They use iPhones now for the red carpet.
The camera quality has gotten way better. But
that's
still,
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the most shift is that there's a lot more of cancel culture because of social media. So people are more afraid to express themselves, rather than back then they say what they want to say, and there were things like, oh, you have PR after you, or you just have like commentary here and there. But now you're on the spotlight constantly with technology advancing.
Yeah, I think the media is serving as like a watchdog for like all these celebrities, and especially with social media and how the landscape is quickly evolving all the time. It's like all eyes are constantly on you, and you have to be careful about what you say at all times, which is good. I mean, it helps you hold accountability and stuff. I'm not saying that it's bad necessarily, but yeah, things have definitely changed.
Being able to see behind the scenes of Hollywood and how it operates, it makes it less like luxurious, I feel like.
No, yeah, for sure.
Because again, I was watching Kai Cenat, and from the red carpet, you have to walk to the arena. Like right after you hit the red carpet, you have to walk to the arena. You gotta work for it. Exactly. And I didn't know that. I was like, damn, I thought they just went to like an igloo or something, like a globe, like right after. Right. So seeing that was like, wow, like.
I think it serves us well, though.
It's ghetto out here.
I think it serves us well, though, because if we didn't have like so much access to what these people's lives are like in the real world,
right,
then we'd just be unhealthily idealizing their lives. When in reality, it's not all that. It's not all the glitz and glamour that we think it is. I mean, it can be that, but it's also filled with a lot of hardships as well, which goes back to your original question with the labels and stuff. I mean, it's not the perfect environment. And
like
it can be very
2000s
toxic.
were really popping.
Oh,
2000s with the phones, Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana. Oh my God.
Britney Spears.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am. So how about now we move on to celebrity updates.
Okay.
Well, we have Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni and their lawsuit. Anyone want to give us the scoop on that?
Well, for that, there's this whole lawsuit going on with the movie It Ends With Us between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Basically, Blake Lively is accusing Justin Baldoni for sexually assaulting her. And for not following like her rules, since he's like the director and he was also a co-star, one of the stars there. Right now, currently, Blake Lively is being sued for $7 million for defamation by Justin Baldoni. I thought that was crazy.
I heard that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively dropped the lawsuit. I heard about this like a week ago. I don't know if it's still...
Really?
Yes.
Like they just left everything behind?
They wanted to drop it.
Oh, they wanted to, or did they actually drop it?
They wanted to.
Okay. Probably because of all the backlash, maybe.
Probably.
Of all, like,
and there's
all
a
the
lot
drama
of
that this generated.
Screenshots and voice messages coming out too.
Yeah, recently Justin Baldoni shared text messages between him and Ryan Reynolds. And a lot of people are finding that Ryan Reynolds like a toxic person. He's not really like funny. So there's like been things here and there. Just a lot of controversial stuff. Especially like there was a joke in a Deadpool movie. People are suspecting that it was a joke about Justin Baldoni when it was like a scene about when Nice Pool and then Deadpool with the dog pool, and he's talking about Lady Pool after she gave birth to.
There's so many pools. I have no idea what's
going on. There's like so many, but it was like an inside joke in the movie. And since Ryan Reynolds had a lot of controlment with the creativity there, because he's the star of the movie, there's people speculating like, maybe that joke has to do a reference to the whole scandals going on.
This honestly kind of reminds me of what happened between, I forgot what her last name was, but it was Johnny Depp and then Amber. Oh, yeah. Amber something.
Yeah. Amber Rose.
Amber Rose, yes. It kind of reminds me of that, like the whole sexual assault thing and how they went to court and the whole, like, I don't know, money being involved and stuff. I don't know. It's like really similar. And it's kind of crazy that a couple of years later, almost the same thing is like happening again. Well, not all. Well, it's similar stuff.
Yeah.
Different, but similar.
Very different.
Yeah.
But similar.
Similar. So how about thoughts on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce?
I have no thoughts.
So, okay, listen. I know the Super Bowl is coming up again. I remember last year, people were really, really mad whenever Taylor Swift would appear on the screen, because they'd be like, oh my God, every single time that they win or their team. What's Travis Kelce's team? I forget. The Chiefs, right? Chiefs. Every single time that the Chiefs win, they always put Taylor on the screen. Like,
they have like a Taylor cam.
We're so tired. The Taylor cam. We're so tired of seeing her. Oh, I hate Taylor Swift, blah, blah, blah. And I feel kind of bad for her, right? Because I think about it in this way. If I was a famous person and I was just trying to go on my day off to see my boyfriend, and I was just trying to support my boyfriend, minding my own business, I'm just in the audience cheering him on. And then suddenly the cameras are all on me and people are hating on me because I decided to show up for my boyfriend.
Right.
I'd be super mad, because how about you mind your own business and I mind my own business? Like, it's not my fault that the cameras are on me all the time.
I think they do it because it obviously draws viewers.
It does.
So that's why they kind of use her in a way.
Yeah.
And now it's like coming back to her in a negative light.
But it's not even her fault, though.
It's not her fault.
And
she's just there to support her boyfriend.
I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I don't even listen to her music.
You wear short skirts, I wear t-shirts.
Na 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 na. But like, I honestly like, I don't really like her. Like, I don't really like any celebrity like that. Like, I'm not a big fan for any celebrity.
Can't relate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't idolize celebrities. I'm just like,
same.
I'm just there, you know?
Same. Like, I'll look at the performances. I can appreciate the beauty and the art, but I'm never going to be like, oh, I have one particular celebrity that I love. Like, I love them so much. I'm their number one fan, right? But I mean, I can't help but still feel so bad because I'm putting myself in her shoes and none of that's really her fault.
It's not.
It's not her fault.
Yet people know, you know, people, they know what they want. Like the whole PR system, the marketing, the NFL, they know they could attract more viewers if they put Taylor Swift there. And yeah, it could be annoying from time to time because like constantly, but she's in a relationship with Travis Kelce. There's nothing you could do about it. And recently there was something, I think when the Chiefs were playing the Bills, that's when they went to they're we're going to the Super Bowl and things like that. They put Taylor Swift on the TV and then people were like online, they were like, oh, why is that? And then ESPN posted on women's sports, just a picture of Taylor Swift. They're like, this isn't even women's sports. Why is she there?
First of all, that's so sexist.
No,
that is so sexist.
Now that I understand why would they put her in the women's sports thing, but she's dating a football player at the end of the day, you know? It is what it is.
Moving more into the Taylor Swift thing, I don't think they've done that with any other celebrity.
I don't think so. No. I think a bit of sexism comes into play.
Of course.
And
she's a Swiftie. She doesn't know real football. This is the man for her.
Yeah. And I think when you ask certain people, they'll be like, no, it's not sexism. It's just that we're sick and tired of seeing her on the screen. We're sick and tired of this and that.
She's here to stay, first of all.
But you can't help but admit that there's most likely some sort of subconscious sexism going on that they don't realize it because, of course, like I said, it's subconscious. So outwardly, they think that it's because they see her all the time on the screen. And it could definitely be that they're angry because of that, for sure. Like, I'm not discrediting that for sure. But on the inside, they probably don't know that some of that anger is also kind of fueled at the fact that she's a girl and she does girly pop music. And it's like tee-hee kind of thing.
She actually
like
likes football, though.
Yeah.
Her favorite team is the Ravens, I believe.
I don't know.
I think it was the Ravens. Because she's from Philly. Whatever team is associated with Philly.
No, that's
Philadelphia.
The Eagles.
Then the Eagles. She likes
Yeah.
the Eagles. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
Wait, isn't the Ravens like one of like the worst teams? I don't know anything about football.
I don't know anything about football.
No, that's the Eagles. Yeah, that's the Eagles. What about the Super Bowl halftime performance? They've announced that it's going to be Kendrick Lamar with a special guest appearance by SZA.
Oh, I can't wait to see SZA. I love SZA, girl.
I think it's going to be a great performance, to be honest.
I don't really listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar's music, but honestly, like, I'm there for SZA, girl. I'm there for SZA.
I'm there for SZA.
I know about her new movie that came out. I forgot.
She has a movie?
Called, One of Them Days. Something like that.
Okay.
Is what it's called. And she did a good job. And the whole time I was like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And now I get to see her on the big stage for the halftime. I'm gonna be like, yes, like, you go, girl. I'm so excited to see her perform, honestly.
Me too. What songs do you think she'll perform? I think Kill My Ex. Because that was number one.
Because that album came out when? Like 2021, 2022?
I think 2021.
I think the most popular songs from that album, because she had a couple that were really popular from that album, right? Yeah. I think it's gonna be those songs for sure.
Honestly, I want to see Miley Cyrus for the halftime or Justin Bieber.
Wait, she's never done a halftime before?
I don't think so. No.
Why?
I don't know. But I want to see Justin Bieber. Like, to see her sing Baby one time. Oh my God. The believer in me would like come out.
I would love to see, controversial take, but I would love to see like Sabrina Carpenter.
That would be nice.
But I feel like
I would love to see her.
I would like to see her,
but I would give her a little bit more time to build it up.
She's still young and new. She has time.
Yes.
But it would be cool if one day, let's say Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter does like a halftime show. I know the internet's gonna be over.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, the fan base, I don't think that they'd be too keen.
I think that they're like besties, the fan base.
What do you mean? Oh, Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like NFL fans. I don't think they'd be too keen on seeing a performance by, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Taylor Swift. Like
literally any woman.
I mean, we have SZA.
Yes, and I can't wait.
I remember when the J-Lo performance came on with Shakira.
Shakira.
Yeah. Oh, baby, when you talk like that.
Yeah.
When she came on the screen, they were talking about how like it was too sexual and blah blah blah. I remember there was a lot of controversy.
Give it up.
I think it was really good, but then again,
I don't remember it.
We're from Miami. No, I remember because guess what? I was part of the field cast for that Super Bowl show, and so I was on stage. Like I had like my little my headphones inside of my ears. I could hear everyone talking, especially like the artists and stuff. I was like one of the people that was like under Shakira, like, you know, going like
so
this.
Cool.
It was, let me tell you guys, Shakira has the softest skin ever. Like it feels like she
breaking news, guys.
Breaking news. She has the softest skin ever. Wasn't she in the Grammys?
Yeah.
She was. She performed.
She performed in the Grammys?
She performed.
Yeah. Just look at that. I didn't know. I knew she was in attendance.
Did she win an award? I remember her. She did win an award.
She had a
I don't know
speech
what
about
category.
immigration.
She what?
She had a speech about immigration.
Oh wow! There you go. Yet another powerful speech. I bet. I don't watch it.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
I remember
just
it. It's coming back to me. She
Oh,
did. It was
I
powerful.
love her. She's my queen. No, if you would have told, how old was I when I first started listening to her? 8 years old. If you would have told like 8-year-old me that I would be like literally there with Shakira,
that's amazing.
I'd be like, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Oh, waka waka, like that was like my favorite song when I was a little kid.
Good.
I love that song. That's what got me like into like listening like all her other songs and stuff, like all the classics and whatever. And I don't know, she's just such a. I think she's a really cool person. I like to hear that she was there and she was able to perform and give that speech. That's good.
Amazing, powerful, powerful even.
Do we have anything else down the line? You want to share about thoughts on the old/new Hollywood fashion?
Honestly, that was just about the 2000s fashion. I think we definitely improved from that fashion era because remember it was just jean shorts, crop tops. But I'm talking about like Disney fashion though.
Oh, yeah,
it was horrible.
And looking back at that, it's so funny. But yeah, I think we improved. That's literally all.
Yeah,
okay.
They had like the jumpsuit and like it was basically if they were going to go working out or something.
It's
like
so funny.
Go to bed. It was
you would not see anybody wearing that now.
The tanks on tanks.
Amazing.
On tanks.
They had
the layers.
Mix and match things. I was like, what is going on? Not as a kid, you're like, oh, okay.
As a kid, I thought they ate that up. Let me tell you.
And now you're older. No, now we're like, why do we think that they ate?
But then again, it was just the time.
Yeah.
It was just a time thing. Now looking back, it's like, maybe.
And I wonder what trends in the future we're gonna look back on and we're gonna be like, oh, we were doing that back in the 20s. Oh, nasty.
Get a hold of this.
Get a load of this. What the heck? What about the nepotism of Hollywood? What was that topic about?
So there's a lot of like, I guess you know Gracie Abrams.
No,
you don't know Gracie Abrams.
No.
She sings. Oh my god, how do you not know Gracie Abrams?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is either.
She sings.
Wait, let me search her up. Really quickly.
Search her up. I did that once or twice. Nah. I love you. I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the worst.
Nope.
What?
I don't know her. Nope.
Okay, so she's a singer, right? But her dad is a famous movie director. So she gets a lot of hate. So like my question is like, what do you feel about like other artists who are like have a famous dad and like making it up in the world?
I can't judge. Because Lord knows if I was in that position, I'd be using it.
Same, but
I'd be using it.
It's her own thing though. Like, she is a bit controversial. Well, very controversial due to, like, a past incident or whatever. But, like, it's her own voice. It's her own music. Like, it's her own thing. So I feel like you shouldn't really get hate for that.
Yeah, I feel like if she's actually working for, like, her own thing, and yeah, she got, like, the boost from her dad.
To my knowledge, though.
Oh, okay.
To my knowledge.
But if she really is working for her own thing, then I don't see it as just a problem. Because at the end of the day, in Hollywood or in fact in many jobs, it's about who you know and not what you know. So everyone's gonna have networking. Everyone's gonna have that one person that could get them ahead, even though it's unfair.
In these people's cases, it's just a built-in connection already.
Yep. Literally.
Built-in networking. Like, you're born and there you go. You already got your network
like,
right
you're
there.
telling me if you have access to that, you wouldn't use it?
No, literally.
Like, be so serious.
Literally.
Exactly.
Like, bro, if I had access to that kind of stuff, I'd be famous right now. I'm telling you.
Right. What would you do?
Probably sing. Probably sing. I always said, listen, like, I'm doing this career right now because if I can't be directly under the spotlight, then I sure as hell I'm gonna be right behind it. Right behind it, whether that's cameras or something. I don't know. But
you're right there.
I gotta be right there, and I gotta be there and giving my opinion too, because best believe that I got opinions.
Best believe she's gonna talk, guys.
Y'all are gonna hear from me.
But that's such a good thing, though.
What is?
Like, being able to talk and giving your opinion. Yeah. Some might not like that because it's Hollywood, but
they're gonna have to deal with it.
They will.
If I get into Hollywood, they're gonna have to deal with it because I'm very nice. I'm very, very nice. But I have opinions. I know when something looks good. I know when something looks bad. And if something looks bad,
but that's good.
I'm gonna be straight up because I'm not gonna let that slide. And then it's like, it gets to the final stages, and then everyone's
especially
like,
in Hollywood, everything needs to be on point.
Yeah, exactly.
So
with all the cameras and all the lighting, like, you can't let a single mistake slip through the cracks.
And especially if it's live, forget about it.
Yes, especially if it's live, you need to be very meticulous with everything.
Yeah, everyone has their right to their First Amendment. As long as people are respectful, it should be fine. Everyone is gonna have their own ideology, their own beliefs. That's fine. You just gotta respect it. And if you have a big platform like that, like a Hollywood platform, use it to make things better. Like, for example, in the Grammys, each of the artists and the people there, they were able to have awareness for the wildflowers and California.
Which was beautiful.
It was a beautiful tribute, and they were able to raise a lot of money. I think that's very important, and it brings more awareness for people who don't live in California to help out.
Right.
I think the problem is, like, yes, we do have the First Amendment, but the thing is, with Hollywood, you get blacklisted for, like, any little slip up. And that's why people are scared, going back to what we said previously.
But hopefully that's going to be one of the things that we see improving.
Yes.
And especially
after the Grammys.
After the Grammys, there's going to be more of, like, a shift in terms of how people think, more open-mindedness. And hopefully we get to see these open-minded people reach more powers, like more positions of power. And, people won't have to be scared about speaking up anymore.
Right. Well said, Chelsea.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I think that wraps everything up for today. Thank you guys so much once again for listening, watching, for tuning in. And our socials. Mine is Chelsea Rosa on Instagram, on pretty much any platform, really. Yeah.
Mine is at Gabrielle Estrada on Instagram.
Mine is at GabrielleJF_ on Instagram.
And don't forget to like, share, and go ahead and please click that subscribe button if you like what you saw. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.